Bem-vindo ao segundo episódio do Homem Fora. Hoje vamos falar das 3 únicas coisas que precisas para perderes os primeiros 10 quilos de gordura e sem complicar a vida. Estas são as 3 coisas mais importantes e não vai ser um treino perfeito, uma alimentação perfeita, outra coisa extrema como uma dieta que não te vai ajudar. So, the number one thing that I tell all of my guys and people before even joining the program is you gotta take responsibility. That's always the first step because no one is coming to save you. Whether you join the program or don't, only you can make a change. And you've got to understand that the reason why you're in this position to begin with, it's your fault. You got to take responsibility for that. Fat gain wasn't an accident. It was a result of daily choices over months, years, or decades. And the really simple thing is the same way it came on, it's the same way it will come off with consistency and daily action. So this whole victim mentality of, blaming other people, your circumstances, your environment, you've got to get rid of that and take responsibility. It's really hard to hear, but it's what I tell all my clients. And it's the first thing you must do to start taking action and becoming a better version of yourself. So the whole thing of I don't have enough time, I can't eat healthy because I've got kids, I work 12-hour shifts, that is your circumstance and your environment, and you've got to find a solution around it. Because there's people out there in your industry with lives harder than yours and not enough time, and they're still fitter than you. So the moment you start owning that responsibility is the moment you'll actually start seeing change. A real life perfect example of this is when all of us decided to move to the UK for better opportunities. There was a risk and there was a reward. And not everyone makes it, and you know that. But you decided to take the leap because you wanted to take the risk and improve your quality of life, right? And guess what? That required ownership. You had to take responsibility and you had to bet on yourself. Coming to the UK, you had to put the work in. It wasn't just going to be given to you. And that's the same thing with fitness. And the thing is, because you've done it once, you've come to the UK, you've migrated from Portugal to a different country, which is one of the hardest things in life. Then guess what? You can lose the fat. You can also lose the 10 kilos. You just got to stop making the excuses and take responsibility. The second thing, and arguably just as important, is staying accountable. You won't always feel motivated. Everyone comes to me saying, how do I increase motivation? Which is possible, but motivation will have its highs and lows, so you can't rely on it. You got to rely on discipline and staying accountable for your goals and your future. Just like at work, you have a manager that keeps you accountable even though you know how to do the job. Just him being there, setting goals and having some structure allows you to do the work better. And whether you're a manager yourself, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're an owner of a business, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Because look, you're already accountable to your boss, to your bills, to your deadlines, to your family. So why not your health? Especially when health directly impacts every other area of your life, positively and negatively. So whether you have to change your environment, the people you hang about with, whether you have to get an accountability partner, a coach, a friend that goes to the gym, someone that wants to go on the same journey, you need to have someone or a great community that will keep you accountable for your actions. And then the third and final thing is making sure you're following something simple and a sustainable system. You don't have to go 0 to 100. You don't have to train like a bodybuilder or anyone that's miles ahead. Little changes will equal big results in the situation that you're in. So the whole thing of trying to train every single day, eating perfectly, trying to live a lifestyle like a millionaire, that is not going to work if you're not there yet. You need something that adapts to your life and that is sustainable and adaptable week on week to make sure you don't get burnt out and so that it doesn't feel like something that is impossible. You might even get to the later stages where you do more, but right now we've got to take baby steps because first of all, that's enough to get really good results. And second of all, you simply are gonna be more sustainable and consistent, which is what we need to make progress. So with simplicity, with all the guys that come in, which are either dads, got busy lives, work 60+ hour weeks, Here's what we set out, and it's worked 100% of the time once they're committed to it. It's 3 workouts a week, 45 to 60-minute sessions, increasing daily activity. The easiest way of this will be walking and increasing your steps. So setting yourself a step goal and every week increasing that. The third thing is focusing on not all the macros, the micronutrients, and all the other things that people tell you to track. We come down to tracking two things: your calories and your protein. Those are going to be the two most important things if you want to lose 10 kilos of fat to begin with. And the final thing, and this is especially for super busy guys, I feel like they have no time in the world and keep making this excuse, it's meal prepping every single week. 1 to 2 hours is more than enough. You can cook 5 to 10 meals with 2 hours a week. I do this personally because I work 80 plus hours. My clients do this as well. And it's one of the things that will stop you from snacking and making bad emotional choices. And that is it. If you do these 4 things, you are creating a system that will be sustainable and that will allow you to even lose the first 10 kilos, the first 20, the first 30 kilos of fat. This has been proven time and time over again within a GRPT method I created. And you can have a look at this on my Instagram over and over again with more than 100 results. But if you really want a deep breakdown of how to build your goals and break these limiting beliefs, then go back on Instagram and DM me cycle, and I'm going to send you my half-an-hour video that I use with my clients that breaks their limiting beliefs, and so they can start taking action. This was another episode of the Warming Fodder. Muito obrigado e vejo-te o próximo domingo.